that junk out. Cause like COD don't always, like when I stream it, when you go look in my, like if I go look at my library for my, it don't always show up, like it's titled, but it don't always show up as it's a stream of COD. It'll just say like game, you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Nope. Yo, what? Oh shit, I missed him. Wait for me. Fuck. This area is good for an XP farm. Gain a couple levels and shit before you maybe have to fight a boss. At least for now it is.
What is it, like open world?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just this particular... Oop, shit. These enemies aren't too... I mean, they'll fucking one-tap me if, like, if he'd have got a hold of me, that would have killed me. They, like, slit your throat. When it fucking does a lot of... you know, well, I mean, the way it sounds, it should kill you, right? Instant death. There's a fun little guy at the end of this bridge. I'm not fucking with him though. That dragon's no bueno right now. I don't feel like getting turned into a crispy fucking critter. There's a fun little guy at the end of this bridge. Not fucking with him though. Angry ass dragon. I don't feel like it. At least that one don't talk. Oh fuck. Wrong button. Away from me, dear. Slap the shit out of you. You don't belong here. Oh, there's another guy over here. Oh, there he is.
So did he officially let you know you weren't working tomorrow?
Yeah, he hit me up. He said they need another day. And he apologized. Oh, shit.
So did he officially let you know you weren't working tomorrow?
Yeah, he hit me up. He said they need another day. And he apologized. Oh, shit.
So is this something you can play co-op?
Uh-huh. Yeah. There's like a trick to it. You just like, for instance, every area's open to co-op only until the bosses of them designated areas are killed. But they're smart about it, and instead of like going in and just killing them bosses immediately, you just clear the whole fucking area out. Because each area, like all these people I'm killing, like they'll respawn as soon as I go to the Grace that's up there at that monument up there I'm looking at. Like you see that kind of guy standing in the distance on the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, there's a Grace up there that's basically like used as your checkpoint. Like once you go to them and rest at them, it'll just revive all these guys. That's why I called it a little XP farm earlier, because I basically like I do a big ass circle in this area and wipe everything out. He gives me about 20,000 XP, and then I'll go, you know, either use it or stack it and do it again. And what am I at? I'm like 26, something like that. It's like 20, 30,000, something like that. If I had that. Like there's an XP charm you can get that gives you more XP per kill. But yeah, you can co-op the whole game, and you can like they just opened up arenas too, because when you invite somebody in your game, it opens your game up. Oh damn, I missed. It opens your game up for a potential invasion of another player, which their sole purpose is to come in and make your game experience harder. They basically become an NPC in the game, but the rest of the NPCs in the game don't see them. Because usually, like them guys or that guy I just killed, they see anything, they kill it. Anything foreign in the game, except an invader.
Okay.
So like your cooperatives, like if you start a game, I come in and help you. Like all your NPCs, as soon as they see me, they're gonna try to hunt me down and kill me. But that also opens your game up to invaders, which isn't it isn't that bad. People suck at this game. I don't know what it is. But now they just opened up, like it's like a co-op arena you can do. You can either go on and like duel people, or You can like do like a team battle where it's like, I guess it's like goes by like eliminations. Like you know, it doesn't look bad. It's different. It takes away from the people just trolling story players, because this game has a rich story. All the Dark Souls and Bloodborne, all of them have a story. It's just you got a lot of people that don't know how to access it. It's not as bad as Destiny, but you know, this game's better for it's got more cutscenes and shit, and you know, it's a little better with it, but it's not bad though.
Yeah, well, it's like when I play a game like The Last of Us, for instance. I don't mind, like, you know, you find letters and documents as you're going through, and it gives you the option to look at it. You keep it in your backpack. Like, that kind of stuff I don't mind. But, like, Destiny and games like it with, like, you know, the grimoire or whatever, like, I don't want to fucking spend hours reading about the game.
No, okay, like, my best example, okay, think of... When I say, like, this has a lot of story to it, think of, like, alright, life. Like, someone's life. Does somebody's life play out like a movie?
No.
Right, like how it portrays the story for someone. So, think of it like a life. Like, if you miss people in life, you're not going to know their story. There's NPCs that you'll run into throughout the game, and they tell, like, a rich-ass story for the game. But you have to take the time to stop and talk to them.
Yeah,
like,
no, and that's
like,
that's what I mean. Like that, I don't mind. That's part of the game. It's when I gotta, like I said, read this like, you know, index of fucking.
Oh no, it's a ton of like you talking to people for sure. It's a ton of you talking to people and listening to like dialogue.
No, that's like Fallout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? Like, think of it like Fallout in a sense. How that. Except Fallout's a little more prompted where they show you where people are, like on a map.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first, for instance, this is the first one that has a map. You actually have a map. This is like all of the area, you know, you can go. And there's a couple underground areas, too, you can get to that prompts another map. Oh, shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
that shadow thing.
The big shadow area, I haven't uncovered. I haven't.
There was like a ghosted guy that you ran by for a second ago.
Oh, okay, that is another player. That is another player in their instance. Because it's like instance, it's not exactly MMO. It's open like an MMO would be. But you can only have, I think it's like 3 people in one game. So it's like you can have the host and then 2 cooperatives. And that leaves room for 1 invader still. To where
but that wasn't an invader. That's just somebody running around. It's a
wisp. It's like a wisp. You're just seeing like a glimpse of them running around in their game. Like for instance, let me see. Watch this. Let me see where it is. All right, that's somebody running to their death. They just died right there. Like you can actually see how people died here. Like what got them.
Okay, I gotcha.
9 times out of 10, I guarantee you that guy probably pissed off big boy up there. Because these guys aren't really hard to kill. These little guys I'm killing down here. That fucking guy, he's harder than that dragon down there. And that dragon ain't no joke. Like that dragon, easy, like, I at least need 2 other people at least until I get to like level, I don't know. Like 140. I ain't beat him any lower than that yet. I probably could, but I'd have to like take no damage. And I'd have to like really oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Yeah, it got me. Ow. It's like a mixture of like dungeons and oh fuck. I did it again. It's like a mixture of like Dungeons and Dragons and oh, I bit off more than I can chew this time. Run away. Oh, I could call out Squiddy. Help me, giant octopi. Or jellyfish, I mean. Squirt him, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, bro. There you go. Squirt his ass. Poison them bitches. Spirit ashes. They come in handy when you ain't got a cooperative. And you can get really dope ones. Like you can get it's called a mimic. It's like a mimic ash. And it basically, it clones you. So whatever set, or like whatever playstyle you're using, it'll clone that playstyle. And just make a clone of you. And they play basically just like you. Got him with the save. Good job. He'll just follow me around too. Come on, guy. That's one of the ridiculous ones. I just ain't changed it. It's actually like a cheesy, like really easy one to use though, because it poisons shit. And if you're struggling with something that you can't kill, you know, who can't do this and just get away from something until it dies of poison? So, it is a cheese. Well, that's what I got to get my sword I'm using. I love the Moonveil. Particular anime, it reminds me of Ninja Scroll. Chube Urunaga. His special. The jellyfish, until they kill it, or I go into an area that it's not supposed to, like, spawn in, which I may have just ran out of, because I don't see my little... You'll see, like, a little, like, almost like a tombstone on the left side of the screen, on the bottom left. That's letting me know I can use my ashes. I may have ran out to where I'm not supposed to be in this area with them, so it just disappeared. But you can use them in most of the boss fights as long as you don't, like, summon anybody. Because you can't use ashes and have a cooperative in at the same time. But because some of the ashes are, like, stronger than most players. Like, you have the Mimic Ash, which was, that's pretty strong because it mimics you. And if you have a strong playstyle, then it's like having two of you. And then there's another one called the Black Knife Tenchi. That's like the most OP Spirit Ash in the game. I've leveled that thing all the way up and let it kill bosses by itself. And it does. It kills bosses in the game by itself. Like if they, it's like this. Like how I'm all like I move like this and dodge. Magnify that by like 10 times. It does shit like that, and it uses this little dagger that doesn't look like shit, but it can do this special move like that's a charged attack like my sword does, that when it hits the enemy it takes a big ass chunk of life off them, but it also depletes their life gradually for a minute, and they can't heal. Like if it's a boss that can heal themselves, it can't heal that chunk back. That chunk's now missing off their health bar.
Gotcha.
Like, you have to fight it at one point to clear a dungeon. And, like, when I say that motherfucker's hard, it is. It's really hard. Because it can do that shit to you. And it's like, that's where a lot of people make their build, is like their health bar will be huge. Well, what sucks more than something hitting you with something where now you've lost most of your health bar. Like, it's there, you just, no matter how many times you heal, it's not gonna heal up.
Yeah, you're stuck at 50% or whatever.
That's, so the Black Knife, and it'll repeatedly spam that shit at you too. So if you're fighting a boss that's just like really tanky, it just wants to try to like take shit. Like it don't move a lot. It's gonna fuck it up. It's just gonna beat its ass. Because one, you can't like, how these guys are, like, I would have missed Tenchi like at least 4 times. It would have dodged me. I'd have fucking had to like chase it for a second. It would have tried to hit me with a fucking either a really hard strike or that move. So I'd have had to dodge around for a second and then acclimate myself to getting back into fighting him and hit him. Like, they're really, really aggressive. Like even when they evade something, like dodge an attack, it's immediately right back after you. There is no pause for you to like be able to heal for a second. None of that. it is on you the entire time. Every second. It's my favorite Spirit Ash. I do like the Mimic. But after they made the, I don't know, they like nerfed the Mimic and made it weaker, and I don't know. The Tenchi just got really OP after that. That's how I killed, the harder boss, in my opinion, in the game is, as hard as Milena is there's this, like he's basically a hidden boss. You ain't gotta fight him to beat the game. But I think he's tied to the DLC they're gonna release. But he's like a blood fucking, fuck, I forget his name. It's like Morgrim or some shit. But it's like all his whole fight scheme's built around blood. Like he does a move that can like bleed you out. Like without him hitting you, he like hoists up this pitchfork thing that it marks you with like a curse that just bleeds you. It makes you bleed, and it'll just kill you. You know what I'm saying? He's just a fucking, I can't. Plus he like throws blood at you, and he's all aggressive. He's just hard to fight. I beat his ass a few times with Tenchi, just not wanting to. It's just like, you know, as the Brits say, can't be bothered. It was like, fuck, I don't want to fight him, man. Like, not again. Like, alright, fuck it, I'm pulling Tenchi out. I can't find nobody that's decent enough. Because, like, that's one of those bosses where you try to get a random, like, team together to fight, and it goes bad. You're gonna have better luck finding, like, let me solo her to fight fucking Milena for you. It's funny, that guy got legitimate fame off that. Beating a boss. Just beating a boss in a game. He's got some like, oh shit. He's got some like 4,000 kills on here or some shit. They got comics after him now. Fucking cosplay. Fucking From Software sent him an actual sword. All from him just like basically making himself an in-game summon. He just waited around the boss door for Milena like, yeah, I'll help you. Oh my god, that sucked. Short. Yeah, but it's a vast game. There's a lot of bosses, a lot of shit to try to understand. Because it's got a different kind of, think of it like, I don't want to say it's like a heaven or hell thing, but it's like, it's a land in between realms. Like the way they sell it, I don't know, it's different. Dark Souls had a very like afterlife-y sound, like it was almost somewhere where medieval soldiers went for redemption or some shit, you know. This game, I don't know, this has like a spiritual like calling. I don't know, it's weird. You'd have to hear the intro for it. And how they explain it. And like the whole Elden Ring thing is, it's like about a royal, I guess, like bloodline that's like of God. They're like gods, and something happens, and like the main monarch god basically dies, and all its like demigod offspring go mad, taking its power. and it causes the like the shattering is what they call it, like, which brings ye, who I am, tarnished, here to reclaim and reforge the ring.
Can you actually put your swords away?
No, you cannot. Well, I can put one away.
No, I found it interesting that you have sheaths, but...
It's weird, yeah, it's more... The only time I can sheath that one unless, like, I'm, or no, they don't. They don't, actually. That's something that was different about the game, now that I think about it. Like, well, with Dark Souls was the same. You didn't really, Fucker, quit trying to use fate spells. I can't use them. Magic. Ran out. Fuckers. Damn NPCs just got unfucking, you know, tappable pools. Not me. No, the only time I can sheath this one in combat is when I go to do my ability with it. Which actually both my swords do that. It's just my actual katana isn't magic, so it just has a unsheathed strike. Which is dumb that actually, that still costs me magic. That it costs me mana to do that, which is dumb.
Because it's not magical.
Because it's a special ability of the sword. It's not magical, but it still costs me basically some of my mana. I think it should just cost a more, like, being that it costs stamina to attack, it should tax me more stamina to do it with that sword because it's not magic. You know, it would just be like a really, really hard attack. Because you have, you know, you have your hard, and then that's your heavy, and then your hard, or your light. So light, heavy, you know what I'm saying? It would just be like more than heavy. Because it's the special ability of the sword. But no.
So these things here, these are wisps?
This here is the Grace.
Well, no,
the people you're seeing. Yeah, them are wisps. Them are just other players getting up from Grace and like continuing on. Like, you'll see that, and then people can put messages and glyphs down to be summoned. Like, somebody wrote this. Could this be a traitor? Lovable sort ahead. Oh, he started talking. Don't you attack me. Oh, now I'm emoting. Oops. Chill out, Grog. Good sword ahead, and then praise the friend. Yeah, I don't want to have to beat your ass right now. Don't do it. I'll fuck you up. I'm watching you. I'll give you more death throats soon. There's a quest line for him, and he's an asshole about it, because, like, when I give him 3, yeah, he's going to attack me when I go to give him some next time. And it's unclear how that prompts. I feel like it's when you have them, because he didn't attack me just now, so that's probably because I don't have them. Which means he probably just attacks once you have close to all of them, and then you kind of have to beat his ass. Because that's actually a boss. I get to like late game. Because here, let me see. He shouldn't attack me. And if he does, I'll beat his ass. Yeah, you can't really see. He's got armor under all that cloak. He's like, ooh, that's weird looking. Oh no, he's got a suckhole. You're not looking what I'm looking at. He's. There's a particular character in the game, or, you know, that they talk about. He was like her, like, knight. And you have to fight him in a place called Azor. Like, he shows up there, and he's an asshole. He's a dick. He is such a dick. He's such a dick. McKellith or McCalith's fucking knight. He basically, like, he is her in a way. Yeah, it's hard to explain. McKellith, Cell Blade or some shit. Sword Blade. She's fucking nasty. Motherfucker, man. That big ass sword of his. See, I never got into the big swords. I like my, like, short swords or light, you know.
Yeah,
light sword or my katanas.
Any game, like, kind of like this that I've played, I usually like the sleeker stuff, you know? And I always loved, like, the Japanese katanas.
Yeah, there's a few of them in the game. All of them, like, other than one, or two, I take that back. Two of them are just, like, normal. And then the rest of them are all, like, special. Like, this is the Moonveil I'm using now. Then you got one called the Rivers of Blood, which is like an arcane build. It's all built around blood. Like, you basically hit them a few times with it, and it'll proc bleed on them, which will cause them to take massive damage. Like, for a while there, that was the boss cheese. People were just fucking making really, really high arcane builds and then just going in and, like, hitting bosses 3 times, you know, and it was just killing them. You know, like, fucking guy come in and you're like, oh, this boss fight's about to suck, and then you turn around, the boss is dead, like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Motherfucker's running an arcane build. Then they started putting them on the heavy weapons, which was just... Because you get something called Ashes of War, where you can basically... Any other than that, like, this particular move I'm using and a few others, like, you can basically put everything on a normal weapon. So people would take, like, the heaviest hitting, you know, like, heavy great swords or fucking hammers, and they were, like, putting, like, bleed and shit on them. And then just demolishing bosses. Fucking, I forget what the speed run is for this now. Way quicker than any other Dark Soul, I guarantee you that.
So this is directly related to Dark Souls?
Mm-hmm. Same people from software. They just made it more... I think they made it more casual friendly. Because Dark Souls... And don't get me wrong... Ooh, that could have been bad. Dark Souls is just so fucking unforgiving for... Not many people want to, like, literally constantly remember the layout of an area. And, like, for instance, for me to get anywhere in the map, I run there. I can run there. And if I can't get there, there's a way to, like, there'll be a bridgeway or something that if I really look, I can figure out. That's not how Dark Souls and, like, Bloodborne is. Like, it'll be like an area like this where it's like you're running through and it'll have, like, a stupid-ass, like, hole that you can, like, that'll open up at a certain point where it'll be like, oh, I can run through here? Oh, this is how I get to the next area. Like, it don't tell you that. Like, on some real shit, Bloodborne, I had beat through a certain point of the game, and the way the cutscenes for that game goes, it doesn't necessarily... It doesn't necessarily... No, you're good. It doesn't necessarily do, like, a cutscene in Bloodborne and shit like that, so, like... Or, like, it's just hard to navigate them games compared to this. This was, like, way more made in co-op in mind. Via the map. Like, it even shows you where, like, hot spots are for, like, player activity. Like, people are running into invaders in all these, like, blue and red ringed areas. You know, like, it kind of shows you. Like, people are summoning and PvPing a little bit in these areas. Of course they wouldn't be in Gale Tunnel. Gale Tunnel does suck. I wouldn't want a PvP in there either. I was trying to backspray him. What I'm doing just looks repetitive, but that's just because I don't feel like... I put myself through a lot of shit my first playthrough. I ain't got shit to prove now. You know, I ain't got shit to prove now. So I want to get a certain point. Get a certain point to where... Well, not even now. This shit'll put me to sleep right here, but... What level am I now? Take a couple more stats up, and then I'll move on to the next actually respected area. I still gotta clear out the Weeping Peninsula, which is the very bottom of the map. Go fight the bosses that are down there. If I can remember, I don't think that tree sentinel down there is that bad. I think I can whoop his ass too. I just need help with him. Ow, ow. The trick of it is this shit. Your potions. Management. You know, not putting yourself in positions to take unnecessary hits. You're almost thinking of it in a sense of BR. Like, you have one life, you don't want to die. And you don't want to repeatedly have to heal yourself because you only have so much.
Yeah.
So you want to like especially for instance, like if like you're playing, so you like you get in, like you're on a new game. I would come in your game and put myself more at risk because I'm your cooperator. I'm there to die.
Yeah.
Not literally, you know, I want to, the longer I'm there, the more XP I'm going to gain, but I'm there to die. You're not, you know what I mean? You die, it ends the fucking cooperation. It ends the co-op. You know, so it's just going to send me back to my world. I can no longer help you. So if I die, you at least have a chance to fucking kill them. You know, hopefully I've done enough damage, or, you know what I mean, or whatever it is, if it's that hard of a boss, or, but that's usually what boss fights. Like, players, I don't know. You tend to run into people that want to try to, like, spam you with magic, and they're easy to deal with. You just dodge their shit, run up and fucking beat their ass. None of them can ever fight up close for some reason. I can use hella magic, too, and I don't get it. That's why I always build... I don't make, like, a straight mage. I'll make a battle mage that way. If somebody runs up on me, I have some kind of weapon I can switch to just beat their ass real quick with. Like, you thought, motherfucker? Guess what? I carry a sword. That's why I like the build I'm doing now, is because it's basically a... I'm prepping now. I already got one of my favorite spells, so I can use it. Hold on. Yeah, I still got it. What's up, guys? It's good for, like, taking on multiple things because of the arc. And it reaches a bit. Oh, I'm out. I'm out. Ah, no. Back up. I just ain't got my intelligence up high enough, so it's kind of weak. My Moon Veil just does a bit more damage. Sit down. I mean, I could have... The blood build still, the arcane build still seem pretty OP. But I want something that's got a little skill to it, like...
Not just OP.
Right, like, okay, see, if I'd have been using arc, they'd have been dead. Because the arc for it's so wide, it does this really, like, wide arc, like, two-handed swing, and it'd hit all three of them and probably killed them in, like, 2 or 3 hits. Even at a low arcane build in this area, and it just, I don't know. That would be with the build I had before I lost my save file, I would use that on a player that I just, like, was trying to troll. Like, you'll have them people that go after them, like, one-shot Azor builds where it's a magic build where they use, there's a spell in the game called, Comet. And it's like a beam. It's like this magic beam. And it's just... like, it's a boss killing build, really, is what it's for. But you'll have people just try to, like, run in and fucking, like, beam players in their fucking game, you know? They'll come in and invade, like, try to beam the host. It's just, it's a dick move, really. But I'll use that on them. Because it is simple enough to dodge. But what they'll do is they'll go in there with these, like, really extreme mage builds where their fucking, you know, the blue bars or your mana bar, their fucking blue bar will be, like, insanely huge to where they can do the bitch, like, fucking 6 times in one, you know, in one, mana bar before they even have to heal it, which is ridiculous. You shouldn't be able to, not no PvP fight, but they don't seem to cap that shit off. I ain't ran into nobody doing that, though, in a while. It seems like people got tired of that build. Like, think of, like, Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Be the equivalent of that. Like, Kamea!
Yeah, that was annoying in Fortnite.
Yeah, it's... I ain't gonna lie, that should be useful as fuck when you're fighting a boss, though, but... that shit was still just...
cheap on a player.
It was just annoying. Well, it was annoying, too, because you'd, like, be... it always seemed to be players like that. It would be, like, around the, it'd be around, like, this area. Damn it. It'd be, like, up in here. This is, damn it, what is this? I forget the name of the lake. Lanaria Lake or whatever. Like, that's basically the, like, the sorcery area. That's where, like, the sorcery academy and shit is, and there's a whole, like, backstory tied to it, but it'd always be in that area when we were, like, actually questing. Like, we're not in there fucking with nobody. We're not even trying to PvP. Like, we're about to go do, like, a castle area and do the boss fight. And you'd, like, be in the middle of going to run in, and then it'd, like, prompt, like, oh, you've been invaded by, you know, such and such. And then all of a sudden, like, Ninja or Keon would just get beamed to death out of nowhere. You know? They wouldn't even, because, like, in this game, when you do get invaded, a lot of the time, it's this weird, eerie, like, they'll show the fuck up out of nowhere, like an anime scene. They'll just be, like, standing in the distance. And then they'll, like, wave and shit, like, hey, you know, like, let's fight, motherfucker. They don't just, like, jump out of a corner like in COD. So, like, you do have the chance to, like, oh, fuck, I'm about to duel somebody, you know? But then you'll have them cheap-ass players like that just show the fuck up and, like, beam somebody, and you're like, really, man? Like, okay, cool entrance, supervillain. Like, jeez, dude. Like, goddamn. And then them are the same kind of people, though, that'll complain about, like, people, like, oh, then you got players that gank us. Yeah, because you come in and do dumb shit like that, so yeah, we bait you into dumb shit. And, like, jump you. Like, you damn right. It worked. It worked. Ha! Take that! Have at thee! Have at thee! Ha ha! Oh shit! I was just playing. I didn't really mean have at thee. Calm down. Stop it! Oh shit! I stepped on the gas thing. Yeah. Oh, he is dead. I'm all fucking magic and nothing. Switch back to my sword so I stop wasting magic. Because I can only do my sword strikes if I got 2 katanas. Yeah! Wakadashi, take that, motherfucker. In your face. That was a pretty straightforward game. you know.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good.
Steps above Dark Souls and Bloodborne for sure. Like, I totally agree with the story writer, and then when they said they feel like they struck lightning in a bottle, you know, because people were asking if they were going to do another one, and they're already, you know, they didn't even drop the DLC they're planning on doing for it, you know. They're just like, they were like, I don't know. Like, it came out way better than they expected it to. It got Game of the Year for sure.
Well, I'd love to stay and watch more, but I'm having a hard time staying away.
I get it, brother.
Yeah, so depending on how I'm feeling, may talk to you tomorrow.
Alright, brother. Hope all goes well.
No idea. Yeah, I mean, I expect it should, you know. A lot of the teeth I'm getting removed are already root canal.
Right.
So they're dead teeth. Like, to me, I shouldn't really be feeling much. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, yeah, it's, I'm sure it's not like roses getting teeth pulled, but it's, you know, I don't think I'll necessarily be as sore as it could be.
For sure.
We'll see. You know, I got a few, well, I got 2 or 3 for sure that, like, you know, I can't bite on them. It fucking sends pain to my face, you know. So I know, I know I got a couple that are in really bad shape, but like I said, there's also several of my molars that are already root canal, so. Blah, blah. It's just, I don't know how easy it is to pull teeth when they're sheared off at the gum.
Particularly not very easy, but
You know what I mean?
a good dentist,
So,
they got the tools to separate the gum back from the existing, you know, and they have their ways.
oh yeah, and like, I mean, I had my wisdom teeth pulled at a dentist's office because they weren't impacted. And I remember it. It was like fucking 5 minutes and, you know, 4 teeth were gone.
Oh, for sure.
So, hopefully it goes well. That's all I can say, you know?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. I'm pulling for you.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking about being able to eat again.
Oh,
and I know
man,
it's going to be a couple months, you know what I mean, before I can really eat again, but I'm still looking forward to it.
For sure, for sure.
Alrighty, well, you have a good night. Don't stay up too late.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
Have fun, and we'll talk to you soon.
You too, my guy. And yes, sir.
Alrighty, buddy. Take it easy.
Yep, you too, bro. Don't they end up messing around for a second? Yes, we got issues. Cocky ass. Taco, you can be following me around like a puppy after this. Shut the fuck up with yourself. That ain't kinda...
You're a kid.
Pregnant with your baby, motherfucker. I kind of want some Jello now.
Huh?
I kind of want some of the Jello now.
Some what?
Some of the Jello now.
Okay.
The boo. The boo, the boo, the boo, boo, the boo, 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 the boo, 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 boo. Always talking smack. My great wound. What level am I now? What level am I? 71? Getting away a bit. I was gonna get away with it, like, fight me and shit, man. Fuck.